Sup, nerds? It's James here with Nerd Alert, and today I'm here with Brandon and Jimmy, also known as Father. And today we are going to talk about nerdy movies that were underrated that we thoroughly enjoyed as a kid. Would either of you like to talk about this first?
What you got, Brandon?
Oh man, easy answer, quickest one, The Phantom. I love The Phantom. I've always loved that movie.
Hell yeah.
Billy Zane, that shit. I don't give a fuck. I will watch that shit. I still watch it, and that movie rules. I don't care about how corny it was being made in the 90s. I love The Phantom with Billy Zane. That movie kicks ass.
Does it, I haven't seen it in forever. Does it hold up? Is it?
Not at all. Not at all. It's a hokey action movie with the superhero stuff, but I don't care. When that came out, I was all about it. I remember 7-Eleven, of all places, did a promotion where you could get a Phantom ring, and I had that shit for years, dude. I love The Phantom with Billy Zane. I never read the books as a kid. I think it was a comic strip in the newspaper for a small period of time, as a kid, but I loved that movie. I had it on VHS. I repurchased it again on DVD. I will watch that and I will defend it till my dying day. I love The Phantom with Billy Zane.
Much like the 4 Wii U fans, we found one of the 3 Phantom fans.
There's got to be 3 other people who like that movie. One is my friend Curtis, and that's it.
There was this time in the 90s where they were taking old radio show like The Shadow, and they would try and make big comic book movies, and I'm assuming it had something to do with the popularity of Batman in '89. So Phantom was definitely one of those where they're like, you know what, we can't really get DC, Marvels, and Chaos, so what are we going to do? We're going to find these random superheroes.
We had that, and Dick Tracy, and they did do a Shadow movie, right? Wasn't that Alec Baldwin?
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. And then Dark Man with I don't think that was a radio show, but I think that was
that was Sam Raimi.
With Bruce Campbell at the end.
Of course. Yeah, they just had this let's find some random superheroes that aren't from the big two, and I guess you could even include Spawn if you really wanted to. Just trying to do anything that nobody had heard of to get that franchise going, and it's funny how it is most definitely dated as this is the 90s.
I'm telling you, man, that movie is so much fun. And if you watch it, if you don't like it, that's on you. I'm just telling you that is my go-to underrated nerd movie.
I'm going to have to revisit it. It's been ages.
Oh, I feel like when you revisit it, we come back to film, you're just going to have this look on your face. And you're like, did I really watch that? Whatever, dude. I loved it. I love that movie so much. That was such an easy answer for me.
You did, because we pitched this and we read what I can't remember the user who submitted this and was like, all right, what do you guys think of this? Brand's like, I got one. I'm like, okay, I guess this is our question this week.
What about you, Jimmy?
Well, at one point it would have been Tron, but Tron has since become more popular and a new movie coming out, so I didn't pick that one. I went with another Disney original classic, Condor Man.
I fucking knew you were going to hit with that, man.
So I've got nothing to say on the quality of your pick, Brandon, because Condor Man does not hold up at all, but I fucking love that movie. It is not on Disney Plus, jerks. I have a DVD of it, which sadly Allison once upon a time found it on some quirky website that actually shipped it. Thank you. But yeah, it's hard to find, but yet it is so stupid good. Love it. And fun fact, just forgot his name. I think it's Peter Crawford, who's Condor Man, went on to something a little more successful.
Tiny bit.
Called Phantom of the Opera. Yeah, you may have heard of it. I don't know. The stage production, not the movie.
Man, you played 2 superheroes.
Yeah, exactly. But that would be mine. I love it. It was 84, 82, something like that. It's such a stupid good movie. I love it.
Before we ask James, though, I do want to comment on Tron because I love Tron. I think it's so much fun. But I still don't know many people. If I were to try to sell my wife on Tron and I started with the original, we would not make it to the sequel. Like, I know that for a fact.
That's fair. And nobody knows there's a TV show. Like, the amount of people I've met who know Tron, most of them didn't know they made like a TV show.
Are we talking about the animated one?
Yeah.
I loved that. That was so good.
So good.
But it is the number of people in my lifetime I've told about Tron, and then the now old sequel came out. They're like, "Oh my god, that is so good." The original sucked, and I'm like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. Also, shut up. Well, I always think of The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror when they do the 3D
awesome.
thing, and he's like, "Has anyone seen Tron?" And everyone's like, "No, no."
Somebody says yes, and they come back.
Yeah,
And,
and then he goes, "No."
No.
He goes, "Okay, well, it's like Tron."
That's
Tron.
And the only reason I didn't include that one, because that one I do love more, but it's now going to have 3 movies and an animation. Whereas
it has lived on past its corniness, but
a few video games that are actually surprisingly good.
they are good.
And
They
then
never made a video game for Condor Man or Phantom, as far as I know.
not that I'm aware of, and it bums me out every day. So
Okay,
I remember.
I'm nervous, Brandon. I'm really nervous.
All right, James, what are you hitting us with?
All right. So I too probably would have said Tron, but the argument makes sense. I mean, it's more popular than it was to call it niche, so to speak. So I'm gonna go with the classic American version of Astro Boy, because that has been completely pushed to the wayside in a lot of popular media. When it first came out, a lot of people didn't really like it because they felt like it was just America tainting another Japanese anime manga property.
Which
But
is fair.
overall, the modern consensus has really turned around on it because it is a surprisingly faithful adaptation of the source material in its themes. Obviously, it's a kids movie, so there's some stupid.
Are we talking about the most recent one to come out, or which one are you talking about?
Donald Sutherland?
Yes, the one with Donald Sutherland, Eugene Levy, Nicolas Cage. Has a really good cast.
Yes, it does.
It really. When I saw the list for that the first time, I was like, "Holy shit! They got a lot of people on board with this."
And it's not bad. I feel like people just wanted to hate it because it wasn't immediately what they thought an Astro Boy movie should be, and it. Again, yeah, it's not going to perfectly encapsulate the original source material, but it does harbor a lot of those original elements, and it's not an unfaithful adaptation. It still has that like anti-war, anti-violence, anti-bad shit kind of sentiment, and it's a good movie. And honestly, the orchestration for it is not bad. The composition for the soundtrack is really good.
That is one of those, and I totally agree, James. That's one of those few movies where I cannot fathom why it failed. There's nothing bad about it. It's a good story. The character is historical. I mean, it's been there for a long time. It has a following. Other than, like you said, haters, I have no idea why it failed. It's like A-Team. Where's the sequel? I don't know. People just, for some reason, decided to hate that movie. And,
I've rewatched A-Team several times, and I still stand by it deserved a sequel. There's no reason I couldn't have been
a tank. They fly a tank.
It was the right amount of ridiculous. The casting was perfect. Everybody kicked ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, Astro Boy, when it came out, I remember like no one was really into it, and I thought it was a solid movie. Actually, I hate to say this, but out of the 3 picks, James definitely picked the least the least aged bad one from the 2 that we picked.
Yeah. And like, I know the actors without looking it up who were in Astro Boy. I can't remember who the actors in my movie.
I know Billy Zane, and I bet if I watched it now, I'd be like, "Oh shit, they're in that."
And they reference the source material a lot. Astro's teacher is like, I think the Astro's teacher is his teacher in the manga. The police chief is designed after the police chief in the manga. There's Dr. Onamizuka, who's Dr. Elephant in that movie, but it's like there's a lot more character is poorly referenced.
And there's a lot more undertones in my mind to the Frankenstein persona style storytelling with him creating this monster. But then, unlike Frankenstein, he sort of turns it back on its head where it's like, oh shit, no, that's my son. That's my creation. Which I think it's just so touching. I don't understand why Yeah, I don't get
And
it. James, I
Tenma
will
is
not say this often. Good call.
yeah, Tenma isn't a jerk in it, so it's like it's not it honestly does better than the source material in some cases.
I agree.
And it blows my mind that, like, the anime community at that point, instead of realizing that maybe if we support this and and understand that it's a decent adaptation for what it's worth, we can get good adaptations. And instead, they wrote it off, and then we got the shitty Ghost in the Shell. And it's like, thanks,
Well,
guys.
do you think that had to do with it because it was more geared to kids or felt like it was more geared to kids that
Well,
true anime fans hated it?
the irony is that Astro Boy is still geared towards kids originally.
But that's what I
It,
mean, that it wasn't more like, Death Note and One Piece and some of the stuff that's come out now.
I definitely at the time, when was it released? Like 2008, 2009?
I don't know.
Was it that long ago? God damn it.
When let me
Time does not stop.
probably closer to 2010.
Well, that being said, as far as like being geared toward kids, we did just have our third Sonic movie come out. So I mean,
That is true.
09.
But there
So
was no
yeah,
history like anime in my mind has a following that you've gotta be like, I don't know, dark. And I feel like that's could influence somebody said, "Oh, there's this new anime coming out called, Astro Boy." Like, "Ugh, get out of here."
at
We
that
that's
time,
not good enough for us.
at
I
that
don't know.
time, Death Note was really big, and a lot of the darker, grittier, like Trigun, Hellsing. Trying to think of some other ones. It was a dark. It was when anime was a lot darker because you had just gotten through the '90s, which was very experimental, and then now the 2000s was like we're being emo, and I guess Astro Boy was just tonally dissonant with what the anime community in America was really into at the time. So they saw like the grandfather of manga and anime, which is like supposed to be this lighthearted kind of thing that does tackle with dark themes, and they were like, it's for kids.
I'll tell you what, James, I'm gonna hold my own protest. I refuse to
No,
watch any anime
mm-mm,
or read
no.
any manga or play Final Fantasy at all until they make a sequel to
yeah,
that version of Astro Boy.
You
to
know
that
what? I'm
specific
doing it.
version
I'm
of
making a
Astro Boy.
sequel.
Yep.
I'm making a sequel.
Well,
Just
when
to
you make that
Yeah.
sequel, then I will start
Yeah,
watching
let me know.
anime.
Let me know when you get Nick Cage on your payroll for that.
I don't doubt he'd do it.
You know what he's doing this
Actually, yeah,
afternoon?
that's
He's gonna
fair.
be driving around Vegas trying to find his house.
At that point, though, I would absolutely adapt The World's Strongest Robot, which was then adapted into Pluto. So if you haven't seen that, anime fans, go watch Pluto on Netflix.
Like I said,
Well,
I'll watch
hey,
that
Jimmy's
because I
not doing it. Jimmy's not doing it, dude. He's standing strong.
yep.
It's like a hunger strike, but this won't kill him.
What
And
about the
honestly, I think
Terminator
my
anime?
last
Huh?
anime was Astro Boy, so this will work out nicely.
What about the actually, yeah, you did watch Astro Boy with me, so you have
I did. I watched the whole series that was on Netflix with you.
yeah, the '03 one.
Yep.
Ugh.
Well, that'll be the last one he does. Jimmy's standing strong on this.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. You can't stop me.
All right. Well, thank you for that question. That was a fun one. Anything else? Let us know. Any other questions you have, post them in the comments. And thank you for sending them in.
James, I'm shocked. You follow the rules to a T.
I know, dude. You followed the rules, and you picked a better one than we did. Like,
I
well,
know. I was
at
like,
least as far as like quality goes. I bet on Rotten Tomatoes.
hardcore.
And
I would
even
watch
the
Astro Boy a
villain,
million times over. Like I
even the
love
Before you
villain,
watch
Man, but I got to be in the right mood to watch that one.
the villain in
yeah.
that is it's a Tezuka villain. He's comically evil, and it's to the point where it clearly demonstrates like anti-war, anti-violence, anti-combat themes. It's like that is what Tezuka did. He literally wrote all of his antagonists to be
Wait, what year did that come out?
Huh?
What year did that come out? Did you find out?
2009.
Interesting, because the more I think about it, it's almost the same storyline as Iron Man, and it's not. They wouldn't have come out. I mean, production would have been different because it's animation, so it's not like they stole from each other. But it's interesting that the storyline of the big giant robot at the end of to be defense is turning into the bad guy.
And it's it's also like in that one, the death of Toby is far darker.
Oh yeah, that's hard.
So
Hard
it's
to
like I love the fact that anime fans at the time were like, "Oh, it's for kids." It's like,
It's still
you
on.
watch the protagonist get obliterated on screen. This isn't like I mean, yeah, they cut away from it, but it's like wiped, just gone, doesn't exist anymore.